So this is now the 6th time I've had to re-record my vlog. The first time was because I was sitting in front of a window and I had too much glare off of my glasses. The second time was because Evie decided to walk across the back of the sofa, rub her face across the camera and leave a smear. And then this third time was because I had the fan on and you couldn't hear me. And the fourth time was because I had the window open and there was traffic noise outside. So now I've secluded myself in my bedroom, shut all the doors and the windows, no fan is on. I'm absolutely boiling right now. The weather at the moment in the southeast of England is really, really muggy weather. And I don't particularly get on with this kind of weather. So, yeah, I'm just going to try and get this recorded as quick as I possibly can so I can get the windows open and the fan on again. But anyway, so I thought that I would just update you on what has been happening with me. So I've been really, really bad the last couple of weeks in posting on Facebook and updating you guys with what has been happening, and for that I really do apologise, but it has been a hectic few weeks for me. As some of you may or may not know, on the 6th of June I had surgery. This was to diagnose endometriosis, which I will do another video on later explaining that in more detail, which I was diagnosed and confirmed to have. I have this thing before I have a procedure done where I get extreme anxiety because it is literally the fear of the unknown. I had it before I had my steroid injections done, and I had it before I had an endoscopy done, and it's because I don't know what is going to happen, and so I get very nervous about that. I'm sure a lot of people do, but I actually suffer with anxiety, and it is a lot worse for people with anxiety. Most people might be nervous but will full-blown have like a panic attack and a kind of a miniature breakdown over it. Again, I'm probably going to make a video on anxiety and depression and all that at another time. So yeah, I was lying on the bed literally the doctors and surgeons and everyone was wandering around me, and I started to hyperventilate. A nurse that was really, really lovely held my hand and got me talking about other things to take my mind off of it. And then I was sedated, and I felt like, to be honest, I felt pretty pissed, like I'd drunk a few bottles of wine. So that was kind of fun. And then I was just gone. Oh, knocking things over. And then, yeah, I was just gone and completely out of it. So I don't really remember the last thing I was talking about. And then I woke up and I had 2 little incisions in my abdomen. But it wasn't as bad as what I thought it was going to be. I think that any procedure that you have done while you're awake is definitely a lot worse. At least with this, you can just go to sleep. And because I'd never had general anaesthesia before either, I've never had surgery, so this was such a new experience for me. But yeah, it was actually okay. The incisions weren't too bad. I didn't have the usual type of laparoscopic surgery incisions. They usually do 2 on the sides of your abdomen, or sometimes they'll do 4, 2 on the top of your abdomen, just under your ribs, and then 2 on the bottom, just above your groin. I actually didn't have that at all. I had 1 in my belly button and then 1 just above my groin in the middle. Here are some photos from my surgery that you can see. And it wasn't actually painful, it was more just that it ached more than anything. But the one in my belly button hurt when I was trying to get up or walk around, obviously because I'm using my stomach muscles. And yeah, they found some endometrial tissue on my right ovary. They got rid of that, and I've got to go back to the gynecologist in a few weeks' time. So that was okay. And then literally exactly a week after that, I had to have an endoscopy or a gastroscopy, which is the camera down your throat. So before I had my surgery, a few weeks before that, I was having extremely severe stomach cramps and pain, and I was throwing up a lot, and there was blood when I was going to the toilet. And I rang up 111, which over in this country, in England, the NHS has set up 111, and it's a number that you can call when you're not sure whether you need to go to A&E or see a doctor or whatever, and you ring them up and they tell you whether you need immediate medical attention, or if you're okay, or even if you've got something like, I know that the neurovirus was going around last year, and I rang them up because Matt had it, and they gave me advice on the phone of how to look after him. So that is that kind of thing. And I rang them up and I explained my symptoms, and they thought that it was really bad, and they thought it was obviously to do with my medication. So they told me to go straight to A&E. Went to A&E, and the doctor thought that I had a stomach bleed. But because my blood work wasn't being affected, it wasn't life-threatening, so he referred me to get an endoscopy as soon as possible. But of course I never heard anything back, and so a few days after I'd had my surgery, I rang the doctors and I said, look, I've been trying to ring for weeks and I can't seem to get through to anyone. I'm supposed to be having an endoscopy, and they were overly apologetic and booked me in that Friday, which happened to be exactly a week after my surgery. So I'd already had an endoscopy done beforehand, so I had that done a couple of years before, so it wasn't too much aggro in the sense that I was frightened or I didn't know what to expect, but it was just the aggro of going into hospital and having a procedure done, and etc, etc, etc. So I didn't really kind of get much of a chance to kind of rest and recover from my surgery, and then I had to have that done, and then obviously my stomach and throat was still hurting a little bit after I'd had that done, and then I basically that was over that whole 2-week period, or week and a half or whatever. And then after that, so just last week, I had to sort out finishing college, because I've been doing an access to nursing course, because I don't have the qualifications to get into university and do a nursing degree. So this is a year-long course at a college to enable you to get onto a nursing degree, and I've had to finish that up, and I had to sign some paperwork, and I had to deal with all of that. It's just been a really hectic few weeks, so I kind of, it's been a lot going on. And for the past week, I've also been suffering with some insomnia. I know that a few people have posted up on the page about this, saying that they suffer from insomnia and yada yada yada. Oh my god, yeah. I think it's definitely something that comes with the territory with MCTD, and probably a lot of, almost all autoimmune illnesses. And when I say insomnia, I don't just mean, I couldn't get to sleep for a few hours. I mean, you will literally lay there in bed, staring at the ceiling all night. You will not be able to go to sleep. You are exhausted, your body is exhausted, your brain is tired, everything is tired and wants to sleep, but your body just won't, whatever, it won't let it happen. So Saturday night just gone, I think, was the first full night's sleep that I'd had in over a week, and Matt let me sleep in Sunday morning as well to try and catch up on my sleep. But yeah, that's why I've sort of posted up quite a few posts, and I think my just whole sleeping pattern is just very screwed up. And I don't know, I guess the insomnia sort of side of it is just, I really don't know. So I've been exhausted, which is why I've got these horrible dark rings. And yeah, I think that's why I'm also feeling quite flary at the moment as well, because of the lack of sleep. So yeah, that is everything that is going on with me. Now that things are sort of settled down, I'm going to try and keep vlogging a bit more, so you can sort of see what's happening with me and MCTD and things like that. I've definitely still got a few videos on my laptop of some other videos that I'd filmed a few weeks ago before my surgery. There's still definitely a lot more to come up, proper videos and that. So yeah, there's still a lot to come, so make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel to get the updates, and email me or leave some comments on Facebook or on YouTube of any ideas of things you'd like me to talk about. And yeah, that's it with me. So I hope you guys are as well as can be, and I shall see you soon. Bye.